All right, my name's Mark,
And my name's Ramon.
and today we're gonna be going over the 2025 power rankings. So, like, honestly, don't don't take too offensive how much we're gonna be saying, 'cause- 'cause
Especially since the preseason just ended and
yeah,
the regular season's about like 10 days away. And this is just a power ranking of where the teams stand now, not like how they could play, just because what we already know for like
yeah,
sure. So
absolutely.
let's say you think that Ashton Jeanty can carry the Raiders. We're not going to put them at 10 just because you think that, because Ashton Jeanty's a rookie.
We're gonna
So
go based off of, like, last year's performance, and then also like somewhat
the
upcoming,
improvements they made. Yeah.
somewhat upcoming. So, all
Yeah.
right, let me. Okay, guess what the first team is. Comment down below what you think the first team, like the 32 team, the worst team in the league, is gonna be. All right, let's see. The
Yeah, I'm
Saints,
not gonna lie. Like this is pretty easy to guess. I mean, the Saints just overall have like a trash
dude, they
roster.
had Shador
Chris
Sanders.
Olave
They had
is the only.
it's Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel on the table. They would have been both better than Tyler Slow or whatever his name is, bro.
Honestly, Chris Olave's got to request a trade to
Dude,
like
Chris
anywhere.
Olave is like too banged up, bro. Like he's gotten so many concussions, bro.
Oh yeah, true. He can't think straight.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the only reason this team isn't even like lower is because they haven't added another team to the NFL. Like I don't think they can beat Alabama this year. That's how bad they are.
No, they probably couldn't even beat Vandy, bro.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Um, yeah, not much to say about that.
No, this team's so bad that Derek Carr retired before the season started.
He knew
I'm
they were
not gonna
cooked,
lie, I
bro.
forgot about that for a second too.
He knew they were
Like
cooked, bro.
he was like, no.
All right, next team. I've got the Titans. Cam Ward, he's uncertain. They don't really have wide receivers except for Calvin Ridley, and he's got a gambling addiction. So, like, you know how far they can get him, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Calvin Ridley. I really like his game though, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I think that him being open all the time and Cam Ward's calm in the pocket are gonna make this team a contender for the division. But honestly, winning one playoff game is probably their ceiling, like a hard ceiling
yeah.
for me because I like this team in general just because of Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley's connection, and the Tony Pollard in the backfield will be at least average. And then the defense isn't like the worst thing you've ever seen. Like it's not the Bengals defense.
Yeah.
It's a little bit above the Bengals. And if the Bengals can win with that defense, the Titans might be able to get a few games.
You know what's funny, bro?
But
They had Will Levis on the roster and then decided to take a quarterback like 2 years later. And then they had also had Abdul Carter, the best edge rusher ever, like we've ever seen in the last like couple years. Like on the draft, and they just decided to take Cam Ward, a mediocre first round quarterback.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually like facts because Ward is like in any other draft, this guy's like second round pick.
Yeah, probably second, maybe third round pick.
This is basically if Jalen Hurts had a shitty draft class, this is Jalen Hurts, bro.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is like he's the epitome of a bad quarterback, but like crazy good team. The Titans will need to draft a Hall of Famer at every position to win with Cam Ward, the same way
I
the
see.
Eagles
Like,
had to with
I don't think
Jalen
Cam
Hurts.
Ward's like that bad. He's a really good, accurate quarterback. But with the Titans' offensive line, he's gonna develop CTE, bro. Like, there's no chance that he's not gonna get hit too many times, bro. And he's just gonna
Yeah,
suck with
bro.
them. All right, the next team.
Yeah. Honestly, the Browns like this is the team like I thought they were gonna be like crazy good with that defense. Like a few
I
years
know.
ago when Mayfield took them to the playoffs, and then like they just became like the Browns again. That's the problem. Like everything's there. It's like the 49ers if the 49ers didn't have a quarterback, like when that was the thing
Yeah.
for
So
them.
I think of this team as like a, I don't know, bro. Like, if their defense wasn't the best, they would probably be the worst team in the league every single year. But because their defense has like Miles Garrett, they have really good corners, really good safeties, really good depth
Denzel
everywhere.
Ward.
Bro, like their offense just needs to get a good running back in order for them to win 7 games. And that's what I think they're missing. I think they're missing a good running back and a good quarterback.
You know what would have been a good running back to add to this roster? Nick Chubb,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, bro. I don't know why they let him go.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like even if he is injured, A healthy J.K. Dobbins does less for the Browns than an injured Nick Chubb.
Yep,
And even J.K. Dobbins not on the team, but I'm
dude,
just saying,
I
like,
love
Nick Chubb
Nick
could add
Chubb.
more value to them
I love Nick Chubb. I'm not gonna lie. It's my favorite running back.
because he's from UGA, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you like him.
All right. So the next one, I have the Colts. I just don't think with the quarterbacks, uh, they started Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson. See, at the same time though, their defense isn't that good. They're like they have some decent like pieces, but like I think Daniel Jones, if he can get running with this like sort of like semi decent offense in New York, we saw what could happen. Like they went to the playoffs. He won a playoff game, but at the same time, I just don't know if he can perform as well as he did then.
Okay, so to all of the guys watching out here, Mark Rowe is a hater in Indianapolis. I really like this team. Decent offense is not what their offense is. This is a top tier offense with so much potential. Michael Pittman, you've got what's his name, Josh Downs. You've got they added Tyler Warren. They have a top tier O line. They have Jonathan Taylor. Like this is not a decent offense, bro. And the defense, yeah, it's a concern, but it's not like it's not as bad. It's gonna be somewhere in the average to maybe a little below average, but it's not that bad as you're saying. I think this is too low because we've seen it with the Vikings. They had Justin Jefferson and Sam Darnold popped off in front of a rookie quarterback. Then you saw it with the Buccaneers. And Baker Mayfield popped off with Mike Evans. Now you're gonna see it with Daniel Jones, bro. He's gonna be the next Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, bro. He's gonna pop off with Michael Pittman and become an MVP candidate this year. Because I called it, bro. Oh my god, you see this kid, bro? This kid's a hater, bro. We see him. I called it, bro. Baker Mayfield. I said he was gonna be good. Nobody saw it, of course, but like I
Dude,
knew. Same thing with Sam Darnold. I was begging the Falcons to sign Sam Darnold because of the fact that I knew that he was gonna do what he did with a great offense, bro. Daniel Jones is exactly the same thing, bro.
dude.
And Shane
Okay,
Steichen's a great coach because my philosophy is Daniel Jones has great legs. Jonathan Taylor's a crazy running back. They have a great O line and so many options. Jones can throw deep. He can throw small. Like this offense is built to literally do anything. So I think the Colts should easily win the division. I think the Texans are not near the level of the Colts at all. But then again, Mark Rowe, he hates them so much, so he put them that low.
yeah. I don't think Michael Pittman's anywhere in his prime anymore. I don't think Josh Downs could definitely become
Oh,
a
he's
good
not
quarter.
that old.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He's like
not that old.
29. Hold on, hold on. Oh shit. All right, all right. 27.
27, bro. Like, nah, he's
He's
not
almost
that
28.
old.
He's 28, bro. Basically.
So he's in his prime, bro.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the next team, we got the Raiders. Okay, well, I already screwed it up, but we got the Raiders. um, there's nothing really to say about this. Like, they have potential, but like if we're going off of last season, they didn't really prove anything. I guess you have Pete Carroll coming in, you have Ashton Genty, you have Geno Smith, but you don't really have wide receivers. You don't really have a defense. So like this is why I have them kind of low.
My thing about this team, the biggest thing I have about them is the lack of wide receivers. I think that's going to hurt.
Yeah,
But I think Brock Bowers does make up for it like a lot.
that's true. That's
And
true.
Geno Smith's an accurate quarterback. You don't need to go deep with him. So the receivers just have to run some short routes. Bowers could be the one going deep. Genty being the running back is going to take a lot of pressure off of everybody. And Max Crosby's always a demon. So the defense is going to cause at least a few problems. I think this is the right spot because this team has no direction.
Yeah,
Pete Carroll's
yeah,
a good coach and everything, but they just don't have any direction, which is why I think this is right.
yeah. I agree with you. As you saw, the next team, Giants. I don't think
I
they're a,
actually like.
I don't think they're a bad team. I just think this is
Yeah,
not a good year for them. Like they have Russell Wilson starting. They don't really have a running back as well. I just think they're probably gonna switch to Jackson Dart like probably somewhat at the end of the season because they're gonna be like I don't know like 5-12 or something, maybe 6-11. I don't think they're gonna be
yeah.
bad.
Okay, so the whole running back thing. No, they have a good running back. I've seen him play. Well, let me search up his name real quick. But the Giants running back,
Tyron Tracy.
yeah, Tyron Tracy. He is solid, bro. I saw him play, and I was like, this is like Saquon divided by five, and that's still insanely
Well,
good,
I
bro.
mean, but like they have the offensive line, bro. Like You gotta think about that too.
Yeah, I know, but still. And then think about it. Jameis Winston and Malik Neighbors is like a match made in heaven, bro. Like Malik Neighbors is gonna get like 3,000 yards this
No, no,
year.
Jameis Winston did not play well. I think Russell Wilson's gonna start.
If Russell Wilson starts, then that's a different story. But I think that they might go with Winston pretty soon because Wilson's gonna die out there, to be honest.
Maybe.
And my problem with what the NFL did to the Giants is why the hell would you give that bad of a team the toughest schedule in the NFL? Like they don't deserve it. Like come on.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have the Dolphins. See, okay, I don't think overall this is a bad team. They're just like really old. Like Tua Tagovailoa, he's not a really good quarterback, so he has to have good, reliable wide receivers. And people have learned that like if you put two safeties over Tyreek Hill, he can't really do anything. Um, the only player that you can really throw to now is Jalen Waddle because he has some decent size. Devon Achane's really good. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But their defense has too many holes, and I just think their offensive line has too many holes for them to be decent enough.
So I'm kind of the opposite perspective on the Dolphins. I think they suck and that they should be way lower than the Giants and Raiders. Their defense is trash. They got rid of Jalen Ramsey. They got rid of Christian Wilkins. I like Christian Wilkins a lot. I thought he was a great player. I don't know why the hell they let him go. Then you got what Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They can't carry you like you saw. Tua Tagovailoa is not worth a dime. They should not. The fact that they tanked for this guy is crazy. Like that just shows you how incompetent a franchise can be. 10 win ceiling is wild. First round exit. This is like the Philadelphia 76ers if the Sixers did not have Joel Embiid. Like if the Sixers were trash, this is what the Sixers would be.
This
If
team
you want an
reminds me.
NBA
This team
comparison.
reminds me of the Colts.
Okay, bro, the Colts are not that bad, bro. You cannot be hating on Indianapolis like that.
I guess. I guess. All right. Panthers are next up. See, I don't think. Okay, every team I'm gonna say this is not a bad team, but actually I kind of do think this is not a bad team. Like going off of last year at the end of the game, like the end of the season, Bryce Young kind of popped off, and we don't know if that's gonna translate. So that's why I put them lower. Because like if he doesn't translate, they're gonna be a bad team this year again. But
Yeah.
if he translate, this team could easily be like probably top 16 in the league, easily like
Okay, not top six, not top six,
no
but I
16,
do
16.
think third in the division for sure. And this team is one of those teams where it's like you think they have enough to make the playoffs, but there's just too many teams on both sides. Not like oh the AFC has a ton of talent, the NFC has a ton of talent. Like think about it, you got the what's it called Commanders, you've got the Eagles, you've got the Vikings, not the Vikings, what's it called the Bears, you got the Packers, you've got the Lions, you've got the Falcons, Buccaneers, you've got the Cardinals, you got the Rams, you've got the Seahawks. That's 10 teams. And then you got the Panthers. They're the 11th team. I think they are better than the Rams, but and the Seahawks, but still, like, how are they going to make it? That's my only question. Like, they could definitely sneak in there, but a lot of things got to happen. Like, the Commanders got to like really suck now. The Rams got to regress. The Seahawks have to like flop with Darnold. There's a ton of things. Maybe even the Buccaneers, like Mayfield's got to get injured or something for them to get in. So, that's just they're a great team in my opinion. I think they can do a lot. I think Bryce Young can have a great season with Tedero and McMillan because now he has like a tall target to throw to.
Hey, bro, don't forget
But
Xavier Leggett, bro. He's gonna have a pop off season
yeah,
this
we
year.
all forgot about Xavier Leggett, bro. He's irrelevant. Like he's nothing, bro.
No, no, bro. He's gonna have a pop off year this year, bro. He's gonna go for
Yeah,
4,000
bro.
yards,
Tedero McMillan is getting all the yards.
2,000 yards at least for Xavier.
Bro, nah. 2,000 yards for Xavier
I,
Leggett
I, the
is the
49ers,
worst mistake
the
ever.
only reason I didn't put him lower is because of George Kittle. Everything else,
Bro
though,
said a tight
and
end is
Nick
the reason
Bosa,
he kept him home.
and Nick Bosa. The only reason is because of, and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, the Panthers are better than this team, I'm not gonna lie.
They might be. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just made
Yeah.
this list in like 5 minutes. Otherwise, the
Bro.
49ers, like, they're honestly, like, digging for gold at this point, bro. They got nothing else to do. Like, they gotta start finding players.
My thing with the 49ers is like they're the they're the example of how to rebuild a team. The problem is all the players that they use are injury prone. If you just take out the injury prone, this is the perfect team. And minus Brock Purdy, you need a better quarterback than that.
I think Brock Purdy's okay. He's not gonna be like,
No, okay. Here's the thing: he's not Tom Brady, so he can't be that good in terms of an immobile quarterback. You have to be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Ben Roethlisberger or something like that if you want to be an immobile quarterback good in the NFL, and he is not. He is relied on all of his pass catchers. We'll see how he does without Debo Samuel. He might lose Brandon Ayuk soon. George Kittle, who knows what's going to happen with him. So Christian McCaffrey's injury prone. So let's see how he does this year, and then we can see if he's really worth it.
I honestly, I think the Bears are a little bit higher up now. Uh, I think okay, the Bears last year went 5-12. They were awful. Like I'm not gonna lie, they were horrible. But now with Ben Johnson, I think they can be a lot better. Uh,
Okay, I'm not going to say they're horrible because if you use the eye test, a lot of their problems weren't like Williams or the defense or the offense. It was really the coaching, and they fixed that. But I do think I would prefer the Panthers over this team just because Williams never really showed last season what Bryce Young showed last season.
I disagree.
Bryce Young legitimately got them 38 points against a solid Falcons
Hold on.
pass
I
defense.
gotta show you something. So this year, their whole focus was like the offensive line. Because last year, the only reason they sucked, I think, in my opinion, was the O line. And now that they fixed that, like, I think with Ben Johnson, they might actually be like a top 10 team potentially.
Yeah, but then again, we have to see how that actually works
Yeah,
because
yeah.
think about it. Honestly, the Panthers, their O line, I think, is a little underrated because of the fact that they have people. And I think that's one of the big reasons I have them above the Bears. But then again, the Bears, I don't hate the fact they're here. I think the Bears are more likely to make the playoffs, but I think the Panthers are a better team. Just like probably might not have space for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Next team, I think the Jaguars. I think Brian Thomas and what Tank Bigsby are actually going to carry this team. Otherwise,
Yeah,
this team
honestly,
is
having the amount of options they have with like Tank Bigsby, like Travis Etienne, you have what's it called,
Travis Hunter,
Travis Hunter, and you've got
Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Hunter on the defensive side as well makes it a lot better, especially with all the like defensive linemen they've invested over. I think that this team is a lot better than people say, but Lawrence is just mid, and I think that's what's gonna hold them back from like winning this division.
I think last season, I think he hasn't proved anything yet. If anything, like this could be his breakout year, but like honestly, it's kind of late for that, bro. Isn't he like
Yeah, he already had his
26?
breakout year, and then after that he regressed.
On Trevor Lawrence stats. I just want to see this real quick. Yeah, he had bro. Holy crap, that was his prime, dude. He wasn't even that bad. He actually like yeah. I think he's regressing now. That's kind of crazy,
Well, duh, obviously, like this guy, like
dude. This guy wasn't even that bad in 2022, bro. That kind of sucks. Uh, all right. Next team, I got the Cowboys.
oh, you should have put them way lower than this. You should have put them way lower than this.
I mean, they got George Pickens, C.D. Lamb. The only thing is, I think they're
But
gonna.
George Pickens is your explanation? Nah.
They also got
Unless they start Joe Milton, none of that matters. I think that Prescott is great. I like Prescott, but I don't. I think he has a ceiling, and that's what's holding them back. Joe Milton has proved that he can do a lot more now because you saw how Dak can't run anymore. He was standing still and injured his leg. Joe Milton can run.
I mean,
And I think
yeah.
that's
I think they'll use more of like a RPO game this year, and I think Dak's better at that because it'll stop. I think we'll see a lot more touchdowns from them this year passing.
honestly, the Cowboys they're basically just flashy on both ends. Like if you look at their roster, Parsons is a flashy player, but he misses simple plays. Trayvon Diggs is a flashy player and misses simple plays. Deron Bland is a flashy player that misses simple plays. And this new guy, what's his name? Overshown, flashy player who misses simple plays.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's basically the whole Cowboys roster. They're really flashy, but they miss the simple things.
Not gonna lie, Dak is washed, bro. Dak
Yeah,
is washed. All right. Patriots. I like Drake May. I like uh
I
I
like
like
Drake May.
I like Stephon Diggs. I like their defense. I just don't
Did you
think
see that Drake May like play against the Titans where he like ran like half the field and then he threw that like on one leg to the very other side of the end zone and got a game winner?
that's actually
That was
crazy.
like
Yeah.
That was when I found out that the Patriots were finally going to start competing with the Bills.
Yeah, okay, so I think this team's better than any other team in their division besides the Bills. Like, I think they could beat any other team. Dude, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. I know where that other team is. Um, but I think, personally, the Patriots, all they need is another wide receiver, and maybe... Now, they got a good running back now. Travion Henderson is actually really decent.
I thought like Stevenson, what's his name? The running back they had before,
Ramondre Steven. Yeah, I don't... I think
Ramondre
he's...
Stevenson. He was good, bro. He was kind of like their Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's kind of, like, washed now.
Uh,
So,
that's
it
too bad,
sucks,
bro. He
yeah.
could have been really solid.
Yeah, I know. Next team I have the Jets. Their team overall, like on paper, it's probably one of the best teams. Especially last year, it was like on paper the best team. But I
Yeah.
just don't think they can like perform with the team they have right now.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing: the Jets are the same problem. They have the greatest defense in the NFL, regardless of what you think. Yeah, the Broncos pass rush is the best, but the Jets overall have the greatest defense you've ever seen in your life. They have one of the better O lines in the NFL. They have Garrett Wilson, who's a top 10 wide receiver. You've got Brees Hall, who is a top 10 running back when healthy. You've got what's their other receiver's name?
Oh,
Oh wait, no, he
Alan Lazard.
retired.
Oh,
Corey Davis. He retired. Then they don't have really that good of a tight end, but now Justin Fields, I don't think he's top anything. I think that he fits what they need though. He's someone who can he's a dual quarterback who fits in that system. And I think that's the thing that's gonna help him out a lot.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Aaron Glenn as their coach is really underrated. I don't think people are gonna understand that this Jets defense might legitimately allow like 5 points a game.
All right. Next team I have is the Bengals.
This is way too high. This is way too high.
Hell
Their
no,
defense is
bro.
like, yeah, this is too high, bro. Let me be honest. You have three people on offense and zero people on
I
defense.
so my thought process was like they kind of like caught up at the end of the season. Like they went 8-9. They almost made the playoffs. I think that like if their defense could just step up like that little tiny bit, bro, they
I
they're,
think
they're
that's too
there.
much to ask for. That's too much to ask. Trust it. That's just too much to ask from them. Let me be honest. This is a three-man team. This team is basically just Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. After that, it's just a zero overall. It's like the zero overall rebuild, but if you started with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And Trey Hendrickson's not even gonna play, bruh. So like, yeah. Now this is okay. I love this Cardinals team. I think they're gonna be a hell of a lot better. I think they're gonna easily win their division too.
Yeah,
I thought they'd win their division last year. They almost did. Kyler Murray is finally proving himself. The defense with Zach Gallen is at least mediocre, which is good in that sense for them. And they have James Conner, who okay, but with Kyler Murray's running skill set, it'll open up Conner. And then now I think they're gonna finally unlock what Marvin Harris Jr. can do, and that's gonna get them like the greatest, one of the best passing duos you've seen, and that's gonna jump them up.
yep. I next team I have is the Vikings. I think honestly they could be a little bit lower than this, but like without a
Yeah, they should.
quarterback, and injury prone, Justin Jefferson this year, I don't know if they can go that far. Like they have to rely on Aaron whatever his name is, the running back.
I'm not gonna lie. If you would just put the Vikings down one and the Cardinals up one, this would be perfect because the Vikings are literally like right above the Bengals. Like they're better than the Bengals, but worse than the Cardinals.
Yeah.
This is a good pass rush that forces turnovers, but you can't really like teach how to force turnovers, which is why I think that that's something that they just got lucky on. I think Jefferson and Addison's little troubles have been like very like telling to the how this team's fate's gonna be. And JJ McCarthy, without Addison for the beginning of the year, is going to basically just have to go to that whole throw it up to Justin Jefferson and pray to God. You know what I'm saying?
I next team I have is the Seahawks. I think with if Sam Darnold can play like he did in Minnesota, this team is probably the best team in their division. Otherwise, I don't know. It's like really up to him.
I don't think best in their division. I think they're still going to be lower than the Cardinals. I love the Seahawks defense. That is insane. I'm really, I think, what do they call it? The death zone last year? I'm into that death zone thing, bro. They're definitely like one of those greatest defenses you've ever seen, type thing.
I think Kenneth
But I
Walker
do
is
think that the Cardinals are better just because last year they didn't really beat the hell out of them, and the Cardinals didn't even tap into what Marvin Harrison Jr. could do. I think this year they'll be able to do that, build some um, bond between him and Murray, and I think that'll be why the Cardinals are above them in my book. But the Seahawks are definitely like going to be a threat in the playoffs next season. I think they'll make it.
I think Kenneth Murray Jr. is gonna have a crazy season this year.
Yeah. Wait, no, Kenneth Walker,
Or
no?
yeah, Kenneth
Isn't that his
Walker.
name?
Yeah, not Kenneth Murray. My bad. All right, next team I have is the Falcons.
Should be higher, bro. They should be way higher.
Oh no, I was thinking about putting him lower, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, what are you talking about lower?
They lost to the Bengals last year by a lot, I think. Wait, was it last year or was it the year before that?
That was the year before, I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
They did not play the Bengals last year.
bro.
My thing with this is look at how much offensive weapons they have. Penix has Robinson and Algier. That's two running backs. He's got Pitts, who, well, obviously he's not that good anymore, but like if he does play good, which is the hope, you got him. You've got Drake London, who, if you've seen Drake London play, he is insane at catching the ball. If you throw it up there and it's within his vicinity, he's catching it and hits inbounds, bro. Then you've got Darnell Mooney, who's a deep threat. Then you've got a top 15, no, because it's top 15 now because of the injuries, but it's top 10 O line when healthy. Top 15 right now, even though they're not healthy. The pass defense is crazy. You got Terrell, who's a monster at hitting, and you've got Jesse Bates. And now they added Jalon Walker, who's basically, I think, I compared him to Micah Parsons. I think he's Micah Parsons. And then James Pierce has that dog in him, bro. And then you got, what's it called? Caden Ellis, who is really good. David Onyemata, who's really good. I think this team is very well rounded. If Penix, the only thing I wanted to see more from him was I wanted him to use his legs a bit more often. I wanted him to move around in the pocket. If he can do that, this offense is legitimately unstoppable. And if he starts to run himself on some plays, then like this team is like top five.
Only problem is I have a problem with the secondary.
I think the secondary is fine, bro. They got what Xavier Watts and Demarco Helms as their two options at safety. Either one is fine to me. And then at DB, Clark Phillips the third. I think they should start him because the one year he played, he was really good as a secondary to Terrell. I think they should definitely give him minutes.
All right, next. I know
This
you.
is too high, bro. This is
Nah,
too
nah,
high.
I know you think it's too high. They got Devontae Adams. They got what's his name at running back? Kyron Williams. They got Puka Nakua. They got Matthew Stafford. A really solid offensive line. Really solid defensive line. All they need to do is just perform at the level that they did last year, and I think they'll be fine.
This team is they should be like Puka Nakua, Kyron Williams, and the defense being as young as they are, they should have just tried to get like a younger QB and kind of build in that kind of timeline, but they're messing up their timeline. They're keeping what's it called, Stafford, who is way past their timeline. He's like way too old. I don't think they can win a Super Bowl anymore with him. And now you're adding Devontae Adams. Like I think they should just kind of get rid of those two and get like maybe what another wide receiver and tight end and like a quarterback that fit their timeline, a young team that's getting up there, and then I think that I'd like them more because this team is just kind of like all over the place. They want to win now and build for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I. All right. Next team I have is the Steelers. They're never really bad, but at the same time, they're never really good, and that's why I put them in this 12th tier. Is because, in my opinion, they're almost a good playoff team, but then they can't win playoff games. Like they always make the playoffs, or except for last year, I don't think. But when they do, like it's just like I don't know, it could feel kind of stale. But they're always in the playoff race, which is why I put them at 12.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, next I have the Packers.
Yeah, I like
Matthew
this team a
Matthew
lot.
Golden. Matthew Golden. You have Josh Jacobs. You have a really solid defense. Jordan Love.
Yeah, I like Jordan Love. I think that he's gonna have that Aaron Rodgers type of season this year.
Absolutely. Um, I have the Texans up next. I know you don't like the Texans that much, but I
No, I
like.
like the Texans, but I just think that the Colts are better. I think that this is the right spot for the Texans. I would just have the Colts like a tiny bit above them.
I think Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, You have C.J. Stroud. You have a really solid tight end that they had added last year. I don't know his name. I think it's Dalton Schultz or something. You have Nico
Yeah.
Collins. You have a really solid like secondary wide receiver. I forgot his name, but bro, keep blanking. It's like John Mechie or
What's it called? Tank Dell? Tank Dell?
Tank Dale. Yeah, Tank Dale. Not John Mechie. John Mechie got
John
traded.
Mitchell was traded to the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then your defense is just solid. You have Will Anderson, a really solid Derek Stingley. Um, yeah, I think this team can do good.
Yeah.
All right, no doubt about this. Buccaneers probably
Yeah.
like I don't know. Once you get up to the like top 10, it's pretty simple because like these teams are just really good and they have
Yeah, I
all.
think they should be higher because this is a team on the Lions caliber. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
They lost to the Lions in the divisional, but just by like what, one mistake, and anyone could have made that. They beat the Lions like last year in the regular season. This team is really good, and I think people sleep on them, but this team could easily make a Super Bowl run. The problem last year was Jaden Daniels just got on an insane hot streak at the end of the year.
yep. All right, next team I have is the Commanders. They're barely above them. I
Yeah.
just think their only problem is like they just don't have solid enough targets for Jaden Daniels. Otherwise, this team is perfect. Like
Yeah, but the thing is, they also just traded Brian Robinson Jr., which to me was a head scratcher. He was a good running back for them.
I think he would have been backup to the new running back. I forgot his name. Dude, I
Yeah,
got
but
like
having him is still a plus. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Um, Next team I got is the Broncos. Bo Nix like balled out. Really solid team. They added R.J. Harvey. They added pieces to the defense. They added Evan Ingram, the tight end. I just think this
I
team's gonna
think
be
having them below the Chiefs is disrespectfully too low. This team just fixed their one flaw. They basically beat the Chiefs both times last year, if you don't count that stupidly fake field goal block. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was so lucky. They basically beat them both times. I think that putting them below the Chiefs is disrespectful. They're going to annihilate the Chiefs in both games they play, and they're going to win this division by a mile.
all right. Next team Chargers. I just think
Oh my God, having the Chargers above the Broncos, bruh.
just barely,
I
just
don't hate
barely,
it.
just
I don't
barely.
hate it because the way Harbaugh plays, you're guaranteed 12 wins or so. But I still think the Broncos are like a much better team in pretty much every aspect except the quarterback for now.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah. All right. Next team I have is the Lions. I was gonna put them above the Chiefs, but like at the same time, the Chiefs have a more solid, like complete defense than them. Um,
What? Nah, the Lions, if they're healthy, have the best defense or the second best defense in the NFL, second only to the Broncos,
well, okay, hold on.
maybe.
Who did they play last year? Who did they play last year?
Hmm?
Who did they play last year? Like that was actually like somewhat solid.
The Lions,
Yeah.
the Buccaneers. Well, I mean they lost, but they played the what's it called? I'm pretty sure they had matchups. No, their division in general was hard.
Oh, that's true. Last year.
Yeah, so that's six matchups, and they basically won all of them. Did they not? Yeah.
All right. All right. The only reason I say that is because they went 15-2 last year. Both these teams went 15-2. If I had to re-rank this, I'd probably put the Lions above the Chiefs, just barely.
Yeah.
But yeah, they both went 15-2. It's hard to like put them below
Yeah.
like 5.
I'm not gonna lie. For the Chiefs, before we get into the Bills real quick, I think that if there was any year in Mahomes' career that he could have ever thought about saying that they could finish last in the division, this would be the year. Because I think all their wins last year were fluky. He played badly. The defense, you can't expect them to be that good every single year. And their whole division's good. The Chargers, I think, are better than them. The Broncos, I think, are better than them. And I think the Raiders, they almost beat them a couple times last year. And they have a quarterback. They got an insane running back. And they added talent. So I think that if there was any year you could say the Chiefs might even think about finishing last place, this would be the year, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, the Bills. Josh Allen after he saw what happened with his wife and I forgot his name. Michael or dude, I don't know any actors.
With his wife?
Michael B. Jordan or whatever.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan, what's it called?
The
I know
centers.
her name. Yeah, what? What happened? What happened though?
Apparently like they're just getting, really close.
Oh shoot, bro. Shoot.
Josh Allen MVP season upcoming, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, there's only two players on that offense. It's Allen and Cook. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. All right.
Honestly, I think that the Bills are better than the Eagles. You should like. I think they're better than the Eagles. They beat the Ravens in the playoffs. I think the Bills should have been one or two, but yeah,
Eagles.
disrespectful, bro. They should be way lower. They lost so much talent. Hurts is a system
But they got
QB.
Saquon.
The Eagles are not a good team, bro. Like they're Saquon Barkley might be the only reason you put them even top 10, bro. Like this is disrespectfully
They
too
got
high.
Saquon. Their defensive line is really good. Their linebackers, cornerbacks, everything is really good. It's just like a full, complete team. Their offensive line's the best offensive line in the league.
The Broncos are better than them. The Chiefs are better than them. The Chargers are better than them. The Falcons are better than the Eagles. The Buccaneers are better than the Eagles. The Lions are better than the Eagles. You think the Lions are not better than the Eagles?
Not anymore.
Bro, nah, nah, nah. The
Um.
Lions are way better than the Eagles.
All right. Last team. Obvious Ravens. They got Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. They got Mark Andrews. I forgot who they added on the offense, but they added some dude.
Jair Alexander on defense, though.
And then
I
added
remember.
Jair Alexander on the defense. Their defense is 100% like complete now. They got Mike Green on the defense because even if he can't perform, like the whole defensive line is gonna just do well. I think they'll be the best team in the NFL this season.
Well, you know what they're also gonna do? They're
Win the
gonna lose
Super Bowl.
second round.
Win the Super Bowl.
They're not winning the Super Bowl. No, no, no.
Yes, they are,
Jackson
bro.
can't play in the playoffs, bro. Jackson cannot play in the playoffs.
Then they'll just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry.
And they still didn't work, bro. The Bills beat them. The Bills didn't even have a defense last year. Nah, let me be honest. Okay, here's one thing about the Bills that people don't understand. They're gonna say that the O line was so good, so that inflated Allen's stats, or Cook carried him, or that the defense was good. Let me tell you one thing. Keon Coleman was a rookie. Amari Cooper was past his prime at that point and not playing well. James Cook was good, but only because Allen was getting most of the what's it called, the target, right? The O line is not good. It's the fact that Allen's difficult to tackle and the defense was awful. The Bills had to score 30 points every single game to win those.
Yep.
That's why people who like the Ravens lost to a team with that many holes, bro. It's literally just Josh Allen. So I think the Ravens are not going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to come close. I think they could finish number one in the regular season for sure. I think Lamar Jackson can win MVP, but I don't think they go past the second round just because if you lose to the Bills with at their lowest point, you can't really beat any team at their high points. And I think this is going to be a lot of years, a lot of teams' year at their high point. A lot of teams are really in their prime right now. And I
Yep.
think the Ravens are not going to be able to beat them.
I can somewhat agree with that.
You should 100% agree with that.
I think that's it though.
Yeah, next week, guys, we're going to be giving our predictions for all the major awards, our season predictions, division winner predictions, playoff predictions, and Super Bowl predictions. So make sure to watch out for that.
I see you guys in the next one.
See ya.